Hi, this is Jacob Nash with JNGL, and this is Unit 7, Lesson 6, about formulas. And um, it's pretty much just volume, actually. There is surface area that you may need to know, but that's not applicable for this lesson. So we have 6 different 3D figures, and let's figure out what the volumes are. And not only just what they are, but why. So volume is just pretty much if you think about filling something, like if you refill a water bottle, how much water will it take to put in it? That's basically what volume is. So let's figure out why. So first for this red figure, hopefully you know what it is. It's a rectangular prism because it has rectangle bases as well as possibly squares, but it has rectangles. So the volume is length times width times height. So this would be length right here. This would be width. And this right here would be height. So you multiply all those three things, and that gets how it is. So why? Why is that the volume? Well, think about it. So if you have a length here, and a length here, that only tells you how much is just the bottom piece. That's the area of the bottom piece. But then you add in the third dimension that goes up, and that's how you can get every part of the volume. Surface area, by the way, is just pretty much all the areas added together of the figure. So that's why it's like that for that. So now let's look at the volume of this orange figure, which is a triangular prism. It is base times height times length divided by 2. So what's the base? This would be the length, and then the height would just be this. And you divide that by 2. Why? Once again, just like in the 2D triangle formula, it's just basically this cut in half. That's why. Imagine slicing this in half just this way. And there you have it. This figure right here would be that triangular prism right there. That's why. Now, let's look at this. Volume is pi r squared times h. So pi is just 3.1411592, like just that long number, but usually people just use 3.14 or 22/7. And then radius, that's what r stands for, and that would be this. In Unit 8, we'll talk about this. And then the height is just this. So why? Well, pi r squared, this piece right here, pretty much can tell you the area of a circle. So if you find out the area of a circle, and then you multiply it by the height, so now you know what this is. Now you have to bring it all the way down, and that's the height. That's why that's the volume. Now here, this is a pyramid. This would be for a rectangle base. If there was a square base, it would be a little bit different, but you could still use this. But you would do length times width times height divided by 3. Why? Because basically, instead of divided by 2, it's going to be divided by 3, because a pyramid is kind of like smashing this into 3. If you can imagine cutting it kind of like this, and then up like this, if you cut that way, it would be 3 different pyramids. That's why you divide it by 3. Otherwise, it would be just the same as that. So this would be the length. This would be the width. And then this would be the height. Okay, now this is a cone. If you think of a cone, you might usually think of like an ice cream cone with the waffle lines on it. But that's kind of the same idea. So, what is really a cone? Well, a cone is pretty much three cylinders. A cylinder is three cones. So it's really a third of a cylinder. Um, so we still see this pi r squared. That is for this part right here. This is the radius. Once again, you need to know about this. And you multiply it by the height, which would be this. But then, if you just left it as that, it would be the same as calculating that. You have to divide it by 3, because imagine this. You have a cone. We have another cone that goes this way. And then you have another one that goes this way. All in all, when you put this together, it's really a cylinder. So that's why you have to divide it by 3. Same reason why you have to divide this by 3, or it would be the same as that. So if you can just imagine the 3 cones in there like this, 1, 2, 3, that's how you can tell. Okay, now here's the last thing, a sphere. This is probably a hard shape to draw, but you can usually specify it by these dotted lines. So there's not really anything that this relates to as a shape that much. You have pi r to the third instead of to the second. But same thing. This is the radius, and then that's really the only factor in there. You just would multiply it by pi 4 over 3 to get the volume of that. Well, these are just a few shapes and the volumes of them, so hopefully this helped. Thank you for watching this lesson. And be sure to join us for the last lesson. Last unit, this unit 8. Thank you for watching.